We'll go to Siyanqoba Maseko, who is at the ANC's Siyanqoba Rally in just about a moment. He will be speaking to some of the leaders of the ANC, and indeed the ANC's nearly 3-month election campaign period ending with this Siyanqoba Rally at the FNB Stadium today. That's of course in Soweto. Let's go back to SABC News political reporter Siyanqoba Maseko. Siyanqoba, a very good morning to you once again. I do understand that you are, or perhaps you'll be in conversation with some senior ANC members.
Indeed, Criselda, ANC members are starting to trickle in here at the FNB Stadium for the Siyanqoba Rally of the party. Let's just speak to the head of elections, Mr. Mtumsani Ntuli. Mr. Ntuli, just the essence, the stadium slowly filling up. How far are you with ferrying in your members into the stadium?
Well, the stadium is slowly filling in, essentially because in some part of Tshwane region and the West Rand, we were advised by the organizing team about 2 hours ago that the buses arrive a bit late. We should anticipate that the stadium should be packed to capacity by around 12 o'clock. But as you can see, as we are speaking here, people are flowing in, which is an indication that certainly by that time, the stadium is going to be packed to reference and the president can walk in and deliver the message on behalf of the National Executive Committee. What
time can South Africans anticipate that the president of the ANC will take to the podium?
Well, in the light of the minor delays that I'm referring to, I would expect that the president should ascend to the podium not later than 1 o'clock to deliver the message of the African National Congress, which essentially would be a delay for about an hour or so. And these things are always expected, and they do happen when you organize a rally of the size and the magnitude that we have here today. That there will be glitches here and there, but we're quite happy with the feedback we're getting from the team on the ground that yes, of course, there were delays, but people are overwhelmingly coming to the buses and buses are descending to the stadium.
You are part of the drafting of the January 8 statement, which was largely political, inward-looking and fighting against your political detractors. What can we look forward to in this particular address of the president of the ANC? Will it be more of government or more political, and particularly posturing the posture of the ANC?
Well, Samgelo is a Siyanqoba Rally of the ANC. So the president, in a similar way he did in Bombela Stadium, we are quite certain that he's going to position the message of the ANC as a governing party, an incumbent that is also confident and has an understanding, the knowledge and the experience of where to take our country from today to the next 30 years. So we are essentially expecting a message of the president that is going to articulate in a much more practical way how are we going to discharge our responsibility to implement the manifesto that were presented to the population early this year, and how are we going to ensure that the ANC as a party is also repositioned through the renewal agenda that we've been engaged on, so that it becomes an effective instrument in the hands of our people to discharge the fundamental task of the transformation of our country to build a better life for all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mtumsani Ntuli. That is the ANC head of elections. I'm going to bring in Mr. Ronald Lamula, who also happens to be the Minister of Correctional Services and Justice. Mr. Lamula, just the speculation around the arrest of the Guptas, is it confirmed? Are they really arrested, or it's not those particular Guptas who are part of state capture allegedly in this country?
Our preliminary investigations from our High Commissioner in India is that is not the correct people that are a subject of the warrant of arrest from South Africa. As you are aware, is Atul and Ajay Gupta. So that preliminary investigation indicates that it's not them, but we will continue to engage with the Indian authorities to verify the information. But also in case they are in that country, India has a duty to arrest them.
Well, do you have any idea where the Gupta brothers are currently at?
We do not have any idea, but there is a red notice issued by Interpol on the strength of the warrants of arrest issued by the South African authorities. Any country in the world which are signatories and part of Interpol have got a duty to arrest them if they are in their country.
Just to confirm, you are saying that the Guptas that are arrested in India at this point in time are not Atul and Ajay Gupta?
Yes, as per the preliminary investigation from our High Commissioner in India, and that information we will still continue to check with the Indian authorities if and whether they are in India they've got a duty to arrest them as per the Interpol warrant of arrest.
Just your response also on South Africa's legal team getting those enforcements for Israel to pull back on its military operations in Rafah.
Yeah, it is a significant victory for international rule of law. It's a clear message by the International Court of Justice that the world order must be run through the law, through orderly functioning, and that the institutions of the UN and its protocols must be respected, and there is no longer any place to hide for Netanyahu and for the Israel authorities, because the court order is very clear that they must hold any military operation. If there was any ambiguity or confusion, it has now been removed. There is no place to hide. There must be a cessation of fire and hostilities. They must allow humanitarian aid, and they must allow for the investigations with regards to the plausible genocide that has already been found by the court.
Do you think that they will abide by the decision of the International Court of Justice?
Definitely, they have got no choice, even if they still want to be defiant a bit. But I believe that the pressure of the international community will force the hand of Israel, will force the hand of even the people of Israel. You can see already, they are already starting to question that how do we work with someone with a warrant of arrest who still wants to be a leader of our country and so forth. So it's clear that the tide is turning and there's no place to hide for Netanyahu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ronald Lamola. That is Ronald Lamola, the Minister of Correctional Services and Justice, essentially saying that the Guptas that are arrested in India are not the notorious Gupta brothers who allegedly siphoned lots of money through state capture in South Africa.